Hey bookworms, welcome to another vlog. Today I thought I'd jump on the trend that I've been seeing everywhere on social media of people describing their 2024 ins and 2024 outs for the year. It's kind of like New Year's resolutions, but better, I think, because New Year's resolutions are like, you know, numerical and kind of a bit arbitrary. Whereas your ins and your outs are your things that you're going to leave behind in 2023, and the things that you're going to try to keep doing more of in 2024. And I think that's a much healthier way of planning your goals for the year. So without further ado, grab yourself a delicious cup of tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk books. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm a bit excited. I'm trying out a new piece of equipment that I actually invested in. So if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Ange. I'm your casual librarian. I'm a librarian in training. I'm also a mum and a part-time library assistant. So on my journey to becoming a hashtag professional blogger, I have only been operating so far with my iPhone, which you're currently on now. This $5 little tripod from Kmart, and this $5 ring light that my daughter gave me, and that's all I've been operating with. And I'm happy to announce that I've just made my first investment into my channel, and I now have a microphone. Now I can be like interviewing people, like, so yes, I'm sure you have something important to say on current affairs. Doesn't that look professional? I look so professional right now. Look at me holding my microphone. It's stupid tiny. But okay, so I'm gonna go. Let's go try it out. Hey Cookie, what do you think of my new microphone? What do you think of my new microphone? Oh, look, check this out. Look, I'm talking to you here and you can hear me. And you can also hear me if I'm back here. You still hear me? I'm going to go in the bathroom. You still hear me? Still hear me? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? I'm in the bathroom. You can't even see me, but you can hear me. I just realised that I haven't taken the little bit of plastic off. That's how new it is. I just took the plastic bit off the microphone. So this thing is going to make my sound hopefully so much better, because I've noticed the quality is a bit dodgy, because sometimes the music is really loud, but my voice recording is really quiet. And I can play with that a little bit, like, but I'm not a professional sound engineer. I don't know what I'm doing. So hopefully this will make it a bit better and make the sound a bit better quality for you guys when you're watching my videos. And also, you just saw, I can like talk away from the camera and you'll still be able to hear me, which will be awesome too. So I'm looking forward to using this, and also maybe having a guest or two on in future on my vlog and being able to like interview them, which will be really cool, or get two of these and be able to like use both of them, which would be super cool. Okay, so on to today's vlog. Thanks for being here. Okay, so let's start with the outs first of all and get those out of the way and leave those behind in 2023. I've got 3 outs that I'm letting go this year. The first thing is setting numerical reading goals. I am done with trying to push myself to read a certain quantity of books as an achievement. I just don't think that makes reading enjoyable for me anyway. I feel like I can't really enjoy what I'm reading when I'm trying to push through in order to read a certain amount or hurrying through a book because I have 4 more on my book stand. I just think it really sucks the joy out of reading. I don't know. Do you feel like that? Have you ever felt like that? Last year, I set myself a goal of reading 100 books in the year, but I didn't really tell anyone about it. And I was like, oh, if I don't do it, whatever. It's just one of those settings in Goodreads. It was like, do you want to set a reading goal? And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. And I actually did. I read 102 books, and that was great. But I'm not going to do that again. I'm leaving that habit behind in 2023. It doesn't serve us bookworms. Are you any sort of numerical figure on reading? Just sucks the joy right out of it. Don't you feel like it's like when you're at high school and you have to read a book for a subject? That book ends up being the worst book ever because it becomes a chore. And that's what I think setting a numerical reading goal does for me. So I'm not doing that anymore. That's out. So the second habit that I'm leaving behind in 2023 is mindless scrolling on my phone. Guys, you know what I mean. That is not good reading. That is not good for the mental health. That is not good for the soul. That is not healthy reading. I think it can be informative. I need to be on social media for this platform. I need to be on social media to keep in touch with friends that are overseas and in other states. It's very useful for finding the weather and information about the news, depending on which app you're using. But apart from that, I think it just increases my anxiety and increases the opportunity to compare yourself to others and compare your life to other people's lives and feel dissatisfied. And I'm done with that. I'm totally done with that. So let's leave that behind in 2023 as well. No more mindless scrolling. We can use that time can be better used and that can better serve us, I think, that time. So the last thing I'm leaving behind in 2023, and I've left this behind quite some time ago, and I think everyone needs to leave this one behind personally, and that is book snobbishness. If you roll your eyes when people say that they read graphic novels or Mills and Boons or fantasy or sci-fi, that habit needs to go. That needs to be left behind in 2023. We ain't doing that anymore. I think we need to stop being judgmental of each other's reading habits and instead just find the people who read like us. Find the people who read the stuff we love and gravitate towards those people. I think we need to stop being so negative and judgmental about the kinds of things that other people read and just appreciate that we're all readers, right? Okay, now the more important bit, the ins for 2024, the habits that I'm going to pursue for 2024 as far as reading is concerned. The first one that I'm going to pursue, that kind of goes with the mindless scrolling out, is I'm going to bring in more reading before bed and going to bed early. I think that does so much for my mental health, more sleep. I'm just a nicer person. I get more sleep. I do my job better. I'm a better mum. I study better. Everything's just better when you get more sleep, don't you think? So to foster that habit of going to bed early, I'm going to read every night before bed for half an hour at least and not be on my phone before I go to bed because we all know the studies have shown that blue light in your eyes, that backlit screens, scrolling, the anxiety brought about by endless doom scrolling is not good for your sleep and it doesn't make you feel good. And sometimes you get stuck in that sort of scrolling loop doom rabbit hole that just, before you know it, it's 11:30 and you're like, oh, I went to bed 2 hours ago, right? Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Instead, the in is that we're going to go to bed early. We're going to sit with our favorite book, warm and snug in bed with a warm cup of chamomile tea, and we're going to go to bed early. It does so much more for our lives, don't you think? So that's my first in. My second in for 2024 is stacking my habits so that I can do more at the same time. And what I mean by this is I'm going to listen to more audiobooks, whether they're purchased offline or borrowed from my library. You can borrow audiobooks, ebooks, and other digital resources from your library. Yours probably does too, so go and check it out. Check out their website or go in and talk to your librarian about what they offer, because quite often their range of digital media is huge and it's free. So if we're not taking advantage of that, well, fool us, right? So I'm going to use more audiobooks and borrow more audiobooks from my library. And so I can do more walking and reading and more creative things and reading. And by creative things, I mean more painting, more doing puzzles, more knitting, more spinning yarn. Oh gosh, I don't know the last time I've spun yarn. And that's something I can definitely do while I'm reading a book. I'm listening to a book. It's so calming and meditative. I think I'll definitely, that reading and spinning and reading and yarn and reading and crafting goes hand in hand. Creativity and reading, the audio versions of books. Oh my gosh, they just are a match made in heaven, I think. And I'm going to do more of those in 2024. So that's definitely on my in list. Another habit I'm going to stack in 2024 and a definite in is drinking more water. So I've made myself a goal this year that every time I sit down with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and a good book, I'm also going to fill a glass of water and drink that as well. So it may mean I'm running to the toilet more often, but I can deal with that. I'm okay with that because the health benefits of drinking more water, I mean, you can't deny it. You can't deny that drinking more water is good and the body needs more water. I certainly don't drink enough. And, you know, it's summer here in Australia, so we need to be drinking more water. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to habit stack and I'm going to bring in reading and water, as well as reading and tea and coffee. So it's going to be reading, tea, coffee, and water. 3 things that I'm going to stack together so that I can drink more water this year, because that's a definite in. Being hydrated is in 2024. I'm calling it. And the last thing that I'm going to bring in for 2024 that I don't do enough, and I'm definitely going to do more of it this year, is DNFing. So do you know what DNF stands for? Do you know about that acronym? DNF is an acronym for did not finish. And I'm going to not finish more books this year. I know that's an odd thing for a reading vlogger and a librarian to say, but guys, life's just too short to push on with things you're not enjoying. And reading should be enjoyable. And I haven't got time. I've got all of this to read. Look at this. Look at this pile. I haven't got time to be finishing and pushing through on things I'm not enjoying. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it in 2024. If I'm not enjoying a book, I'm DNFing it. That's my 2024 in, and I'm sticking with it. If I'm not enjoying a book, it doesn't mean it's a bad book necessarily. It just means that it's not for me at this time, right? Like, it's just not the book for me right now, and we're going to part ways, as Jen Campbell says. I love that statement. I love that way of putting it. So I'm going to DNF more books this year if I'm not enjoying them. And as a result, I'm sure that I'll get to read more books that I actually enjoy and love. And now, as you can see, the dogs are telling me that it's time for their dinner. If you heard a little bit of door scratching while I was filming that, it's because Cookie was trying to tell me that it's time for dinner. Here she is. Come here. Cookie's been telling me that it's been dinner time the whole time I've been recording. So she's very unimpressed with me. So she tells me it's time for me to stop vlogging and give her dinner. And Bluebell agrees. So I guess that's consensus. I'm going to go and feed these dogs. Drink your water, bookworms. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and tell your friends. And take care of yourselves. I hope you do something really nice for yourself today. Maybe it's a good coffee. Maybe it's making your own in and out list for 2024. I really enjoyed doing this. I found it really fun. So, yep, Cookie's definitely hungry. It's time for me to go. But I'll catch you in the next vlog. Mwah!